Okay, return to ship, ready. So it's a copper ship, but slightly different than the ones we've seen before. A gift from both the Sulu Federation and the Artificial Queen brought together. Who together seem to have taken a shine to us. More fool punters at a Reform Club who could never have predicted such a thing. Okay, tend the fog. No, click it. The crew lit the boiler and maneuvered our ancient admirably, but at no point did we ever see the captain. We were not greeted despite her being here by royal decree. I found it terribly rude to mention as such to Monsieur Fogg, who was engrossed in making some complex calculation in his ledger. As soon as we are fed and flying, what does it matter where we are greeted? Okay, I mean, fair enough. My man, your attention is very relaxing. The captain did not appear at breakfast and did not invite us. I mean, the captain doesn't even exist. I resolved to investigate on my own. I ducked past the crew quarters, where it was mostly empty since they were all on duty. A light flickered up the corridor up ahead. Just don't. The light flickered once more, then went all together. Who's there? I called out into the darkness. The light flashed once again in reply. I felt a clench of fear, but I could do nothing but follow all the way to the engine room, where I found the most terrible sight. A woman in dark hair hung suspended amidst the piston and gears of the engine's heart. Her body was pierced and wrapped with wires. Her fingers lay carefully placed between gear teeth. I am Captain Marina, and you are on my ship. She turned her head and saw the glint-etched diamond shards at her temple. She flexed one arm, and then the sound of the engines rose as the Marina tilted and stumbled left. No, the captain sighed. With a mechanical hiss, I had to avoid a cloud bank, but it is clear to sailing now. You are in no danger. Tell me, I began. Does it hurt? I asked, gesturing at the wires and pipes connecting her to the body's airship. It hurt greatly to begin with, yes, the captain said thoughtfully, but I knew it would hurt. I volunteered. I wanted this so badly. I wanted this too badly to care. Who did this to you? I swallowed, trying not to watch the lights dancing around the wires that connected her spine to the engine. My queen and her ally, Emperor Castaway, made me. The captain said proudly, I volunteered to be first. I am the first. The first, her voice echoed. Are there others like you? Maybe, she laughed. Ask what you want. To ask Passepartout, ask me what it feels like. Tell me. I can feel every living body in my ship. I can feel their footfalls like little tickles, and the sun warming in the timber of my hull like a warm bath. I can taste the air pressure like wine, and the steam broiler powering my body like a white-hot heart. My sails touch the air like a lover's caress. Oh, Passepartout, Captain Marina almost sobbed with her mechanically altered voice. I am so powerful, so beautiful. You can never understand. Oh, sure. What? You know what? Emperor Castaway defies international blockade. Perhaps you can think of something. I feel somewhat below par. I can return. You know what? I'm just like, not going to go back. I stayed away. The crew shot me sympathetic looks as I crept around. Monsieur Fogg raised an eyebrow. The captain is the airship, I told him. And his eyebrows rose slightly. She is connected to the airship. And it can feel everything we do. It's a very useful skill for the captain, he remarked differently. It's very unsettling, I insisted, feeling rather hysterical. He regarded me levelly. As long as it does not impede my journey, I pay little mind. Okay, you know what, dude? Sure. Oh, we have stuff I can sell here? Well, we'll sleep tonight. Rangoon still bore the marks of its capture in the hands of the British in the last Anglo-Burmese War. So I intended to make as much as I could of my French accent. But even such a course could not save me. I had taken a mere 2 steps from the verdict of the logins when the embarked shadow darkened the streets. There was a grinding shriek and hot breath. And I was seized a claw. In all my travels, I did not expect such treatment. The ground fell away in a dizzying rush. The automaton was not flying, precisely, but rather leaping with a powerful bunch of hydraulics and gears. With 3 powerful jumps, the creature scaled the nearby temple and opposed me at the top of the pagoda. I'm not British, I insisted with my eyes shut, hoping that my vows would save me. I know, replied the automaton. I am Manchuria, it said in a grating rumble. You are my city, Jean Passepartout? You know my name? I demanded. My distaste for my Christian name overriding my fear. I know every creature that comes here. I am the protector of the city. I know the whys and hows of every creature that passes through my domain. But your purpose is a mystery. We are simply passing through. Simply. Ground his iron teeth together. There is nothing simple about you, John Passepartout. Do you intend to eat me? You will not nourish me. I am no beast, nor am I a simple machine. When Shua shook his blank human face from side to side in a clatter of rubies. I am the imperial advisor to King Pagan and no simple collection of gears and levers. What is happening? I scarcely believed Mashula's calm philosophical discourse, but he insisted. Who made you? Mashula sighed a hot gust. I was once a royal child's toy, a man-eating lion with cush teeth and emerald eyes. But there was some spark in my shell which allowed me to build. To create myself, I cannibalized the other toys in the imperial nursery. I bit and soldered and scratched myself into being. Burmese Batman? What is happening in this game? When I played this the first time, I went through Siberia in Italy, and none of this shit happened. You're your own creator, I bet. In horror, wonder? I do not rightfully know. I have only just begun. Manchuria has seemed to preen every inch of feral iron wrapped around the combustion engine. Enjoy my city, John Passepartout. But when do you leave? You will go to Pangusu Pass. And do what? You will know. You know what? By the time I had finished shaking, Matsuo was gone. His last ambiguous words echoed in my head. I wondered how much the King of Burma's recent change, unfortunately, could be ascribed to the Protector of Ragoon. You know, I'm going to try to forget what I saw. I mean, let's pretend none of this happened. You want me to go north? No, I'm not going to go north. I want to go to Indonesia. You're going to probably to Singapore? No, you're going to go straight to Batavia. Okay, let's go to the shade. What do we have that sells here? The rifle. We can go to You know what? Buy 2 of these. Buddha's Tooth. I can buy it. You know what? Buy it. Why not? It costs us 230 pounds. 550 pounds. Look. We're on another Ottoman ship. What is happening in this game? I honestly do not comprehend. Like, we're on day 22 of a... Like, we're only 25% done our trip. Or 25% done our time, at least. We flogged the China Leograss-style airship with enormous hammered copper wirings. From Ragoon, the passengers were Burmese troops who were guarding a mysterious chest in the cargo hold. As we departed, I could not help but wonder if Manchuria would wreak revenge on us for ignoring his instructions, or if his threats had been empty all along. Greetings, First Lieutenant. What do you know about Batavia? I heard that the Dutch control Batavia slipping. Singapore? It's not zoomed out enough. I need to zoom out more, but I also need to go this way. Well, Port Moresby is... Well, Singapore's here, but why would I want to go backwards? Brisbane's in Australia. Port Moresby? Where's that? From Brisbane? I believe so? Okay. So we can go to Brisbane, so that's something. Where's Port Mosby? Are you Port Moresby? Yeah. Brisbane's not so bad. I engaged one of the operators in conversation. Are you being posted to Batavia? I asked genuinely, trying to look control strapped to my seat on the exposed at the back of the automaton. No, said the second lieutenant. Oh, are you on a holiday? I gave him a look of indicate I was being sardonic. No, he replied again, turned away. Well, thankfully, I did not have to bear the silence for too long. Okay, so we're going to go Dutch, to Verheenstad, the exiled city. For the fort floated above the swamplands below, melting into haphazard settlements and stretched inland. Okay, let's spend another night. We only have 34 HP. In the heart of Westland, the exalted city Batavia, with a floating giant iron struts built over the swamplands of Kali Basra, and looked to Suda Kaplan Harbor. Dutch hotels and Chinese settlements dotted the Buddhist shrines. with boot shrines pushing themselves up in the shadow of the walls, hemmed in by the sprawling, unplanned Javi's kampongs. We took a road at the Hotel des Indies, a fairly comfortable establishment overlooking the water, where I watched the captain preparing his boat, the Spicy Jake. It's a good name. But again, we're not going there. You feel below par. We have more routes. Are you going to Port Mosby? No, you're going to probably... Yeah, you're going to Auckland. Okay, went on foot. A few hundred meters when an explosion rocked the city, locking me to the ground. Tried to get a better view, but it's unclear what happened. A pillar of smoke was rising somewhat to the north. As the Dutch cleared, I saw the exalted city was now leaning. One of its great supports had been blown away. It was an impressive scale of damage, but it had clearly been chosen to hurt only the Dutch overlords and not the common populace. But whether it achieved the rebel goals, who could say? I did not hold out much hope. Where do you go? You're going to go to Manila. Well, if you go to Auckland, we'll probably go to this island, then to South America. Or we go up to here, probably to Japan. I mean, we're already going south. You'll be there on... Arrives next Thursday. It's a... it's only 240 bucks. This one's $1,000. No, go to Botvia, please. Frequent flyer, scented candle. Brisbane? We're not going to Brisbane. Sell you, sell you. Buy this. Buy that as well. You know what? We'll buy it anyway. $1,000 to go to Moro. When's it actually leaving? In 2 days from now. 41 HP. That actually would kill you. Okay, go to the bank. $500 tomorrow. Yeah, so we have to wait here for a few days. Because I don't want to pay an extra $1,000. Okay, let's upgrade his HP. Funds at 11 a.m. Okay, we got 500 bucks. We can get probably maybe another 500 bucks. Because you're leaving... Okay, zoom out a bit. Because you're leaving tomorrow, right? The parts tomorrow. You know, let's try one more. Another day in a hotel. Again, upgrade his HP. Go to the bank. Did I miss my shot? No. The parts tomorrow. Fine, we'll spend one more night then. Again, we're spending money basically to upgrade his HP, which we need to do to make sure that he's not all pissy. We're getting a plus 27 based on what equipment we have right now. So that's not so bad. I met Captain John Moresby pacing on the planks of the docks near Woodpaddle's sloop with the HMS Basilisk. She's a fine ship. She is a blowout, he replied, clearly quite angry. I'd have her rebuilt from scratch if I could afford it. She's the worst ship Mr. Lang ever designed. How much would it cost? Are you offering to buy it? This wreck is property of the Australian government and won't be bought. I wish I could travel with you. The laughing sock. She seems sound to me. Phileas Fogg attempts around the world adventure. Slooping in a chug through the water despite our captain's grumbling, it seemed to be making good progress. Spoke to the first lieutenant about the matter on whose side. We had a town towing match against the HMS Niger. He explained to see whether a paddle wheel would outperform a screw. Tied both boats together at the stern and started the engine in opposite directions. All but tore the boat in half. Well, of course, the screw is more efficient, I told him, in some duration. A paddle must be larger, so it is harder to make a turn. Don't let the captain hear you say that. That's a kind of blasphemy. They'll throw you overboard. Hey, I want to click the boat. Second day, we spotted a white flag in the water. Peering over the rail, I could see several figures of the rough raft boat. So I say the captain to keep our ship moving, not wanting us to lose any valuable time decision. Most likely pirates, he agreed. It's an old trick. We can't trust the pirates these days. Any other news? Mystery of Metsua grows. Which one was that mystery? I don't remember. We're only like halfway there. I mean, they said we'd get there next Friday. Land hold began getting slow as we approach the low inlet bay. I will name this plate Pro Mosby. Captain Mosby declared, staring at the approach coast of the Every's eyes, in honor of my father. But we're going to Auckland. Not anymore, the captain replied firmly. This uncharted island. You son of a bitch. No, don't go to Port Mosby. You piece of shit. The island was only slightly uninhabited, but the captain did not appear to notice as he planted the Union Jack flag onto the island. We were here to stay for 4 days and launch the exploration of the island. Guess we'll come with you, but master caught my arm. I do not think that'd be wise. Look, don't trust them. But do people have any outwards? We're close by. Like, what an asshole. I do not trust them. I think we're in Sheko and liable to collapse at any moment. That night on the shoreline. Why are you supposed to spur on land? I asked my master. I hope we do not discover a reason. I guess we'll be here for 4 days. Fishermen sat on beach boats to work on their spears and nets, while others sat in groups making pottery and stripping sugarcane to broil in earthen pots. I just need him to have more HP. I said my master, who had a little interest in this industry, and so quite rich on the shoreline scanning for boats. But I learned nothing in the onward travel until finally there was a movement. We were men and women who prepared boats for launch. Oh, but you're going somewhere else. You're not going to Auckland. You're going to the... you're going further. Actually, it's only going to be a -4. We're going to be riding on this really shitty boat. But you know what? Actually, -4 is not bad. Monsoon traders were paying for their Hiri, which I understood to be a trading journey in which boats and canoes took off in all directions. Thank you. You know what? We'll just go with you. I declared with a nod. The man returned the gesture. Then, you know what? I kind of hope that we can at least, from this port, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? The canoe moved at surprising speed, powered by some machinations, which the boatman did not choose to reveal, but which he controlled from time to time with a slow and clay device resembling a compass, which he kept to power the boat. We're leaving the islands and the coastline of Australia behind and heading to the open Pacific Ocean. Surely, this will be a journey into madness. I mean, we're going pretty fast, but again, you're only going to take like a -4, I think. What do you wish, master? Perhaps a pill for the seasick. It's a necessity, I fear, passport too. And what about the whiskey? An excellent idea. And some more playing cards. Worthwhile pursuit. We got some more HP, which is nice. So, I mean, we were supposed to be here by Friday, right? I tend to find a game we can play to pass the time. But the language barrier proved too difficult to scale, so I stared into the distance while we moved onward to the wider, open, uncharted ocean. We settled down for the night. I struck with an unrelated thought. Monsieur Fogg, the dateline! I had altered my watch already, Monsieur Fogg replied calmly. Did you think I might forget? My master was, of course, correct. With an eye such as his, it was unthinkable that he might miss such a detail. At which point we reached the point directly opposite Greenwich, where the hours we had lost traveling around the Earth were added back. Whole extra day. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, he's going to actually have more HP by the end of this. So again, I'm not worried about that. We were surely adrift in the wild ocean. A canoe is no bigger than a rowboat, and our guards are somewhat crazed by the sun. Kept my eyes glued left, right, hoping seeing something, anything that might provide us with escape with this shiny craft. The horizon, like a little eye, mocked me. What is our end? Were we deemed to drift until our corpses washed up on the east shore of the Pacific? No, I mean the island's over there. Hi, welcome from Italy. The canoes pushed us to land on a tiny island, a mere speck of rock that emerged over the horizon in the shadow. He had found us out here in the middle of the sea. I cannot say what it's probably something to do with his pottery and stone device. Monsieur Fogg's eye lit up in a light at the outline of shore approach. Well, he declared, this is none other than Pictrum Islands. I'm glad he was happy, though I found it hard to see how this tiny locale would aid us in the great journey. Increasingly, I was concerned we had fallen deep into the hinterlands of the world and might never resurface. We have to explore the island to find our onward journey. So yeah, there's probably only like one. There might be one other route. I'm guessing you're gonna do like Argentina. I could actually do Chile, right? Santiago? Yeah, Santiago. I explored the island accompanied by a guide who pointed out the sights. This, he told me. This is the ugly name side. Ugly name side? Is there a human story attached? The guy looked at me blankly. Is there a humor side attached to your name, part 2? I mean, there's certainly an irony into it, yes. I began. As I attempted to explain, the man rapidly became confused, so I abandoned the topic. Later, we headed north, here in the Dan Fall, near Edith Fall. Sit back. This is where Reynolds cut the firewoods. Beyond was a cave, where it was said the island's mountaineers, founders, made their first shelter. It provided a decent enough opening. Standing beneath the overhang, one could imagine a sodden brunch, piling together firewood under Reynolds' supervision, presumably, while thoughts turned to fishing and hunting. What a strange turn it must have been. To go from sailors with the freedom of the wide open ocean to prisoners on a tiny rock in an endless sea. Most likely, they all went somewhat mad. The afternoon was growing long and the sun became unbearably hot. We returned to shelter, thankfully our guide, and sipped mango juice as we watched the whales in the bay. Remarkable spot, monsieur. A staging post. My unmistakable master replied, we will not be stopping here. Of course we won't be stopping here. Are you kidding me? Passed the night here. Population of Picton Island was 54. I'm quite certain of this because I counted them in the evening. Of them, 13 formed the ruling council. 12 were under 16, 8 were over 65, 1 is mad, and the remaining 20 mutter and grumble about revolution, but have yet to make good on their threats. I admit there are 3 basic psychologies here, Monsieur Fogg remarked, a mixture of Polynesian and English, descendants of Christian and Adams, of course. This is clearly some empire fairy tale that we did not tell in France. I humored him. There seemed to be little reason for it. I did not see much remarkable in Picton. It was beautiful, certainly, but the soil was poor, and most of the inhabitants did not speak much, presumably tired of hearing each other's stories. We talked to a few inhabitants, but learned little of interest. They considered the history of the island to be obvious and dull, and were mostly concerned with the fear of contracting asthma, which the island considers to be a near-fatal condition. As night fell, the islanders left us in an unused house in the center of the village. We slept in peaceful silence, the like of which I had never experienced before, and most likely never will again. To this day, the moments of crisis I often remember Picton and the curious image of all these people. Most likely see nothing of war, crowds, technology, and all the things us Europeans consider to be important, and yet their lives were no less vital than ours. So this is a negative 34, but we kind of have to go to Santiago. The first ship that comes to Picton Island was a submersible crewed by the group of routed Chileans. We saw them first when their periscope appeared above the water some way offshore. I quickly tore off my shirt to wave at a flag. The master coughed gently. I do not suppose they will fail to find land. There's nowhere else inhabited nearby after all. You have no doubt right, so I waited and watched. The periscope turned this way and disappeared under the water. All was still once more. I waited with bated breath. The waters were quiet. Still nothing moved. I shrugged. Perhaps another few days in Pleasant Island was hardly punishment, and if our wager suffered, well, then so be it. Just then, a great wave hit the beach, followed by another, seemingly sprung out of nowhere. And a moment later, the great craft, shaped like a wide, flat crab, surfaced like a skimming scone, sliding onto the bay. As that deciphered, the hatch opened. The artificial ship, and no mistake, that meant escape. Why is he mad at me all the time? Greetings, Captain Rodriguez. I trust you and your master are comfortable. I want to go to Buenos Aires. I believe so. The Incan Flyer. What about the Auckland? Pick up Tawag and Auckland. So, I mean, Auckland is in... This is the Falklands, right? Would you like some whiskey? Okay, you know what? I don't need to know much about that. We don't need to go to Machu Picchu. It really is not going to help us out too much. The series of rescues were not artificers. So the submersible they piloted was certainly a recent product of the Excellent Guild. We are still a merchant, the captain told us with a bearing smile. Why do merchants often picture an island, I asked, puzzled. There are surely not enough people there to sell to. The man looked awkward for a moment, he shrugged a smile. Not many people replied, but consider this. Those that are there are certain grateful to be sold to. As an answer, it seemed decidedly fishy. After all, how did the people that picked an island acquire any money in the first place? But then, therein lay a great mystery. Where did money originate? Wherefore my master's own fortune and my lack of one. The captain sighed with what appeared to be relief, and quickly excused himself as we carried away. So we're about halfway around the world in half the time. The crew of the cutter spent the second day below the waves trying to convince us that they were not drug smugglers. They did not succeed. Probably it was their manner to get in the way. They were hardly men and women of business, constantly calculating and recalculating matters in their own hands, as they discussed anything from how much salt to add to the panela, though how wide to spread the fishing nets. And partially it was the occupants of the vessel. Partly it was the mysterious barrels in the hold, each one sealed with wax and strictly off limits to both us and most of the crew. But the craft is at least moving quickly through the water, and Monsieur Fogg is more than pleased. Converse, you should have some more whiskey and some more playing cards, and I mean, yeah, we've only spent like $600. For short distance, okay. We waited quietly. Master appeared unconcerned. I had expected some difficulties at the station marked. I've calculated for them. I nodded. Surely not every separate journey could be within his control, but it seems pleasant and nice experience to find an element that it was. After a few more hours, the engine swirled to life once more, and we darted forwards, charging at and then onto the breach front. We landed roughly, but it did not stop us being the first to disembark, straight into the waiting circle of soldiers, their uniform emblazoned with the insignia of the Copper Lily. The master began an explanation, but the soldiers raised their guns and demanded silence as they waited for the rest of the crew to emerge one by one like rats falling into a trap. I mean, our relationship improved, and also I'll tend to you a little bit more, but we did get arrested by the Chilean military, so that's probably not good. We're at, what, 20 HP-ish? The matter was settled by the captain himself, who told the artificer who came to reclaim the ship and questioned them that they were not part of the crew. We picked them up on an island, he said. You can let them go. I thanked them for their honesty, but the man shook his head. Do not thank me. We would have sold you into the slave market at our first opportunity. I looked at my master in horror, but Monsieur Fogg simply shook his head. You're mistaken, he told the captain. Englishmen cannot be sold into any market. But Monsieur, I am French, I moaned. But at last we were free. With that, we took a short car ride up the city of Santiago. Do you have anything to sell? The scented candle! And you said we were doing that for no reason. You said we're $320. Get some figs. We can maybe use you. And why not some false cease as well? We buy everything in the market. Spend a day here. Walking to Santiago means taking one's life into one's hand. Cars zoomed around the wide streets like stampeding cattle. And our drivers seem to appear okay. And the drivers appear to aim directly at pedestrians by the way of some sort of sport. In the rolling landscape of O'Higgins Park, dump your clothes. Rolling landscape of O'Higgins, the roads were placed to carriage trains walk by, tired-looking horses who perhaps knew themselves destined for the knacker's yard. Okay, fell asleep on the bench. Your carriage is not polished. I don't think we can go back to the market because I sold everything. But I do think that for right now, this is going to be a good time to end the stream. I mean, it's a little bit actually past where I would usually want to end the stream anyway. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, remember to hit the thumbs. If you remember to click the follow button. If you really like this stream, you can hit the subscribe button for $4.99 per month. And aside from that, I feel like we're pretty good to go. Follow me on Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. All those links that are going to be there. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. So tomorrow, I may as well say what we're going to stream tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming some Age of Empires 2, followed by, maybe we actually just finish 80 days. So we'll probably play Age of Empires 2, followed by 80 days, and then later in that day we're going to be playing some Stardew Valley. The Stardew Valley that we did not end up playing on Wednesday yesterday. Some co-op. So tune in for that. And then next week's schedule, I have to make up what next week's schedule is. I'll post whatever I'm going to stream next week in the Discord and on YouTube. But until then, have a great day.